No more. No more of that. No more Homer singing the hits. For now. Oh, they're calling it alt? Oh, I see. I see what you did there. I see. I see what you did. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. Fucking Pearl Jam rules. I guess this is like the 2020 version of like listening to Doobie Brothers. Fuck. What's the 70s version of Pearl Jam? It's not Grateful Dead. They have to actually be good. Shit. I don't know. I can like it definitely translates to butt rock now. Beach Boys? Need a little more bite than the Beach Boys. All right. Gotta search for Black Rock Processing. I know where that is, actually. Because you have to go to Black Rock for the first DLC, I think. It's not this way, is it? Well, it kind of is. I can take the elevator. Is there a headshot too? There's just damage up. Shit. Sure. Land we down. Oh. Meh. 14. Meh. Maybe if I had a bigger MP pool, it would translate to more. Oh, that's right. Some of them are timed. I forgot about that. But it doesn't like... I think it's just like crafting rewards. What is the X-ray? What ability does that give you? I should probably go do the objects of power too. Research. Steely Dan? Yeah, that's maybe a little bit closer. Something like that. Oh, fucking Hall & Oates. There we go. Super Tramp. Huh? What? This only goes... Oh. Oh, okay. Whatever. There's a fast travel right there. I'll figure this out. Got as far as finding Dylan in this game. Haven't played so long, I'm probably just going to redo from the start, though. Yeah, it's not really an ending. And I appreciated that they did bolt on some DLC to the game. And certainly the way that The Oldest House works, it's a very convenient container. It was maintenance, yeah. Black Rock Processing. I'm glad we town. Yeah, all the reviews are pretty good for Alan Wake 2. I'm curious to see if game reviewers can properly judge writing.
Is he all right? HRA's first. They'll help save everyone, including Dylan.
Wait.
Once I find him. Can you keep him safe?
Hello, Dr. Spaceman. You have Alan Wake 2 installing right now. Excellent. When does it unlock at 9? I assumed it was 9 o'clock. Hello, boys.
Another object of power? They're just standing there, mesmerized by it.
As a seasoned pro gamer, are you going to try to get the Fox rank across all missions in Metal Gear Solid? No. No, I am not. I'll play them all. I don't know. There's very few games that have additional divinity behind, like, getting max rank on things. or cultivating the skill necessary to do it. Ideally, it makes it like a evolved kind of experience, but Metal Gear feels like it's more about just memorizing where everything is and learning like all the corners you can cut when it comes to AI and what counts as detection and all that. All right. We'll find a way into the room to bind the X-ray light box. Well, the door's locked, so we got us a pickle. Why is the main character immune against the objects? It's suggested that Polaris's presence protects her. But it's also suggested that she's destined to do it, if that makes sense. Not in, well, maybe in a Destiny sense, but also in a sort of deterministic, multi-reality sort of way. Well, got the ball clickers clacking. Ah. Gonna have to find a code then. Is it on the X-ray? Oh, wait, no? Looks like a brain. Yeah, she's the protagonist. It's not as groan-worthy as it might sound. Not in a Tenet sort of way, although kind of in a Tenet sort of way. Hey, what's up, old bones? I wish I was old enough to be there when they first came out. How mind-blowing Metal Gear was to fans at the time. Yeah, it cuts both ways. I think you also had to be kind of young for Metal Gear to be mind-blowing. It's fun. It's cool. It's certainly pushed cinematic presentation in games forward. And as a stealth experience, it was just... Oh, there we go. Yeah, it was just, let's see. Wrong button again. Keep thinking that's use. Is that not it? It is not it. That appears to be it. That's not it. Yeah, MGS, Metal Gear Solid 3 was like super valid. Metal Gear Solid 1 is like, it's campy, it's silly, it's fun, it's got a great soundtrack. Okay. It's got decent voice acting, which is all these traits are rare for games at the time. But in terms of like it being a timeless classic, it still is, I think, just because it's campiness saves it. But if it weren't self-aware and silly, it would probably come off as like I think it would probably be more of like a Heavy Rain, you know? Like a game that everyone thought was the future of gaming at the time, but its own, like, it just gets dated really quickly, and its lack of self-awareness and its lack of ability to have fun with itself means that it just falls off real fast. But Kojima has always been a good game designer, and he always injects, like, character and humanity into his games. Even if it is sort of like somebody smashing their action figures together sometimes.
Aware that exposure to the astral plane can result in death, disability, personal injury, corporeal untangling, cognitive collapse, loss of ego, and partial to full dementia. Yeah. I am.
Yeah, Scott, you're right about that too. Metal Gear Solid 1 was one of the first games that made an experience like that.
Yes, I do.
Broadly palatable. There were things like that on PC. Like, PC had full FMV games that were campy and stupid and didn't quite have the, like, tight control and actual gameplay that Metal Gear Solid did. But, it's funny you mentioned Halo, because kind of like Halo, Metal Gear Solid is also, like, not a stealth game at some point. About halfway through, it's mostly, like, talking and mini games and action sequences. There's only, like, 3 actual stealth arenas in Metal Gear Solid. And maybe I'm being a little too reductive with that, but it's definitely a game where, like, it tells you it's a certain kind of game, and then it's just a bunch of other stuff, and then it ends. BioShock's kind of like that, too. But, so, I say that, Oh yeah, no, I know it's not apples to apples, but in the same way, I think Halo told you it was a certain kind of game, and then it kind of was, but it also kind of wasn't. But it had the presentation and the aesthetic, so you got the hit, you got that experience early on, and then you're just along for the ride for the rest of it. And it's a memorable experience. And again, I think like Metal Gear, it's I think Halo's sense of humor and beats of humanity make it really stand out. You seize. Oh right, seize. What button is seize? Seize. Oh, it's just F. Okay. Slurp him. Oh. Yeah, seize is good to have. You imagine there are references to Alan Wake hidden in this game? Oh, they're not even really hidden. I think the base game probably has like references to Bright Falls in like text, but there's a whole DLC that's specifically dedicated to acknowledging Alan Wake. The AWE Altered World event, Alan Wake expansion. Yeah, there were 2 DLCs. Black Rock Quarry and then AWE. Oh, there's a coffee thermos and a few logs. Yeah, recording Bright Falls incident. I seem to remember that. Oh yeah, those give you ability points too. Definitely worth the time. I'm trying to think efficiently, because I want to see how far I can get in this game.
When I took over the object.
Aw, sorry fellas. Couldn't seize your way out of this one. Okay. Yeah, Kraus, the combat in this game is pretty enjoyable. I'm realizing now, and it's actually making me think about Crysis 1, how when I played the game the first time, I kind of had to change how I played around the game's performance. I couldn't do a whole lot of like quick movements, quick aiming, switching between abilities quickly. It really does control a lot better right now. All right. This was your go-to for 2019? It's quite good, and for sure offers things that most games don't or won't.
Marshall knows something about Dylan. Is he here? Is he all right? HRAs first. They'll help save everyone, including Dylan, once I find him. Can you keep him safe? Like you do with me?
Yeah, there you go. Let's see your threat. Stream Deck. Oh, that's right. I can hook my Stream Deck, I think, directly into StreamerBot, so I might not have to use shitty Stream Deck software anymore. I hope. We'll see what happens. Oldest house is a place in flux. Thresholds appear with no warning. What the threshold will contain is a question we can only answer once it manifests. The widely accepted theory is that thresholds are dimensions vibrating on a Burt frequency different from our own. When these frequencies match, the threshold will manifest in the oldest house, which acts as a burp. Others theorize thresholds are parallel universes or possibly our own reality at a different point in time. Some believe our collection of altered materials affects the house or tracks the thresholds. We do know that for certain that thresholds are not permanent. Eventually their frequency will shift. Some believe Earth itself is just another threshold connected to the oldest house, which is actually rooted in some other reality. This theory, while impossible to disprove, causes Bert and those who learn of it, so it is actively denied. The entire Earth is just a growth on the oldest house. We better not mess with it. Black rep processing. 1 second. You dislike that wallpaper? Why? Are you being... Oh! You're being chipmunk phobic, aren't you? You're being inflation-phobic. How dare you? How dare you? I can't believe it. I'm getting shamed for my wallpapers on Twitch. I thought we were better than this. Hey, Twitch chat, try harder. That might be one of my most favorite condescending things to say on the internet. Try harder. I think it's the point. I think it's definitely a troll phrase. But it is... The fact that somebody would say it unironically is comical to the point of absurdity. Definitely been a few YouTube comments that, like, point out the most minor factual inaccuracy, and then they're like, miff, miff. I thought these were supposed to be the experts. Try harder next time. Alright. Alright, guy. Look at how cool this hallway is, though. That's right, they have all the slabs of black rock to insulate this area. Well, I need to be able to fly, I think. Oh! Or I'll just do this. We need to talk about blank. No, what's even better. Enough. People aren't talking about blank. Imagine using your precious life on this earth for even 1 second to point out that something else is something that needs to be discussed more. In this world of words, where people are wording at each other all day, somebody thinks there's value in saying, enough people aren't discussing blah. Wait, hold on, I gotta smash up this bathroom. Imagine wanting your turn in the discourse. Ugh. Try harder, discoursers. All I do is think about blank. I'm a discourse machine. I wake up, I crack my knuckles, and I get ready for another long day of discourse. Making sure that I solve the world's problems with thought and words. Is discourse the modern social media version of thoughts and prayers? It's like, well, we talked about it, and we all decided this. Thanks. I still have to pay rent. Slacktivism, that's the word! Damn! I was trying to remember that word. Yeah, it's like a bit of a dated term to describe people that like hash stuff out verbally. Marketplace of ideas. We're getting really blank phobic. Yeah, guys. We're getting really blank phobic. There's one picture and I have to... Oh, God. Hold on. I need to find the meme because it's the best. It's gone. It's gone. Or like Google image search can't find it. Maybe I can just find it in my my archives. Barrel Goose. Thanks for the sub. Thank you. It's like it's somebody clicking like on Facebook, and then it shows the like speeding through the internet and coming out of pipes in water, or coming out of pipes in Africa's water. And I'm annoyed that I know it. I can see it in my head, but I can't see it here.
Yes, I sincerely hope you know what you are doing.
Yeah, I was looking for a meme, but that can be dangerous, can't it? Tool Army, thank you very much for the generous cheer. You just throw shit into the grinders? Is this what we're doing? Because I'll do it. What's the point of... Maybe powering that other thing makes the bridge work now? Ah! That seems unlikely. God, it's gonna be stuck in my head. Such a good song, though, right? Dun 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 dun. I played this before, Scott. Yeah, I played it when it came out. But that was a while ago. Yeah. Forgot how cool this game was. God help me. I tried to jump, and I mantled instead. I think I have to be able to fly to get through there? David PJ, thanks for the sub. Really enjoyed the combat in this game? It's pretty great. Oh, wait a minute. I think I'm slowly figuring something out here. Hold on a minute. I think it's coming to me. 5,000 IQ play. Outstanding move. Aha! Tricky, tricky. Okay. Whoa. Why is this part so shiny? Oh, because of the cord is here. Law of 3 applies. What's over here, though? Ooh, Barrel Goose. Thanks for gifting a sub. You got the 3rd strongest mole gif. I feel like this game went under the radar. We're seeing a resurgence of Alan Wake 2. We'll see. We'll see. Control, like most of Remedy's games, Control is a little too smart for people. But now people like being smart, so we'll see.
Hello? I don't think anyone's there, honey. Come on, we'll go to that motel we passed a while back.
What do you call the aesthetic of abandoned, isolated office spaces? Kind of like in Portal? Yeah. It's, well, liminal is the word that a lot of people throw on it on the internet, but that's not really specifically for office spaces. Liminal is between subliminal and hyperliminal, I guess. It's a place that's not real, but it's not fake. Like it seems real, but there's something about it that's off. Dreamlike is kind of the phrase. So definitely fits the bill. Because yeah, Portal 2 especially was filled with hazy kind of dreamlike spaces. Paraliminal? Proliminal. The internet kind of discovered it with back rooms and SCP areas. Just things that are... It's the intersection of being like... Oh, another puzz, huh? It's like the... Oh, straightening a painting is a very Dark Tower thing to do. It's taking the mundane and the everyday and making it a little bit broken, I feel like. Oh, they have to match? Twin Peaks vibes? Very much that. Twin Peaks is a recurring inspiration for Remedy games, for sure. I mean, there was an era of extremely Twin Peaks-based games. Japan fell in love with Twin Peaks. I think maybe similar to Metal Gear Solid, I think there were a lot of people that experienced references to Twin Peaks through the lens of video games first, and then began to associate them. Yeah, Deadly Premonition is Twin Peaks the game. Probably the closest that a game has ever gotten to actual Twin Peaks. Oh yeah, the boss or the coffee. Georgia, that's right. Georgia got Twin Peaks. So, I think similar to Twin Peaks, this kind of came up in context of American Nightmare. There's something about marrying American iconography with that surrealist storytelling. David Lynch was really good at that, like an FBI G-man investigating a sleepy Pacific Northwestern town. Like that image is something that can really only happen in America. Similarly, like a handyman with a nail gun running through Arizona in a deconstruction fantasy that involves like gas stations and Americana motels.
That's where Marshall said.
Very American images. Fringe did that a lot. Yeah, I remember people really liking Fringe. Ugh. I never watched that. Ah. Remember reading an interview with Lynch saying his inspiration for his brand of surrealism is from his childhood. He had a very idyllic life in the suburbs in the Midwest. One day he was playing outside and suddenly saw a naked woman covered in blood screaming down the street. It made him want to explore the darkness and the mundane, everyday experience. Yeah, I think works like that, I think, really speak to people because we all live pretty mundane lives on the outside. But there's a storm of chaos, dark desires, and just deep dark thoughts. Yeah, Blue Velvet for sure. There's even a stage play. Steph has told me about it, but I don't remember the name. There's a stage play where, like, on the same set, you see people inside their houses doing terrible shit, while, like, one wall away, people are being nice and normal and all that sort of thing. And that's kind of what the whole play is like. So you can even see the hypocrisy of wholesome American life. That juxtaposition of pretending everything's fine, but life behind the scenes being anything but. The Atlas. The Atlas is a physical expression created by the oldest house. Its purpose and function are currently unknown. The specific shapes and dimensions of the Atlas seem to indicate a more explicit purpose than the oldest house's usual walls, floors, or shifts. The Atlas changes form, but resists observation when doing so. No visual observation has been made during its change, and it only ever occurs between frames when monitored by surveillance cameras. A previous theory was that this change corresponds to the house shifts and that the Atlas is a BERT of the BERT itself. However, the shape changes do not occur at the same time as the building shifts, which makes this theory doubtful. Structurally, the Atlas is made of the same BERT material as the rest of the oldest house. Further observation will hopefully aid in discovering its purpose. those pick-upables, though. What if I just walked inside? I'm the director, damn it.
Reminder. If the contents of your workspace have been rearranged, removed, added to, or altered in any other way, you should immediately leave the area while speaking to yourself in a reassuring tone. This will not only keep you calm, but also the room. Thank you for your attention.
I'll turn the radio on. Doesn't work? Okay. Wasn't a lock in here, was there? No? What am I slurping? Damn. Oh shit, that's a rocket. Looks heavy. Yeah, I've just been upgrading launch. That's the most concrete way that playing this game before has benefited this playthrough. Oh hey! Honshu Hu has redeemed a real trading card. 1 second. Uh-oh. Rich wants to tell me something. Hold on a second. Alright, Honshu. Been adding a lot to the card sack lately. Here's your card. What is this? A diplomatic apprentice. Costs 2 less gold for Crane Clan and Scorpion Clan players. You may bow the apprentice instead of its personality when he or she would bow to pay the cost or part of the cost of political action. Okay. Quote, a skilled politician surrounds herself with experts and informants seeking their advice in all things. There you go. Congratulations. Congratulations. Congrats. Congratulations. Legend of the Five Rings collectible trading card game, I guess. There's the 5 rings there. Certainly not even a little bit like Magic the Gathering. Not even a little bit. All right, let me update my records while people look at my fantastic wallpaper that no one's going to shame me over. Okay. Tape over her mouth. Yeah, she can't let all the gas out. Otherwise, she wouldn't be a good flotation device. Where are you at, Arish? Used to love Legend of the Five Rings? Yeah? Oh, they were books? Okay. I know nothing about Legend of the Five Rings. Is it just like wuxia themed action fantasy? Young adult fantasy? How could I shame something I don't understand? Now that's finally an acceptable take. Man, how cool is that? Like projecting on her character model?
They pulled the cord and were instantly transported to the Ocean View Motel and Casino. Dream like haze.
I will be dead before I watch a YouTube video about Legend of the Five Rings.
With an inverted
I want to make that very clear.
pyramid. And just like that,
Legend of the Five Rings is only worth idly discussing with Twitch chat.
1,000 miles from Montana. Now we're finding the cord in increasing numbers.
How long is that video, Papa Baloo?
Somehow the two places
I want to know how many minutes.
they became in tune to each other. The actual physical location
Bury me with a phone plugged into a giant battery that's just showing that video on loop.
around its walls has so far proven impossible. A place of power, like the oldest house.
Do, do, do. 20 minutes? Oh, that's not so bad. Only, yeah, a quick 4 hours. Join me on a journey of Legend of the Five Rings. I can't even make fun of overly long YouTube video essays because I haven't watched any of them. Part 1 out of 84. $47 Okay. All right. Well, that's pushing it a little bit. I still haven't watched Blackenstein, so that's going to cut in. Where the hell are you? Arish, I heard your voice briefly. I need you to, like, yell out again or something. Maybe he's back this way? Was it maintenance? The Alice chamber. He's supposed to be here somewhere. Oh, he's in there. Okay. Say, brother, how'd you get... Oh, I think I see the door.
I'm glad to see you're still you. Hey, thanks for bringing down that... whatever the fuck that was. But we are barely holding on here, boss. How's the situation outside maintenance?
What do I tell him? The truth is harsh, but these people seem familiar with death.
You need to get sleep? You'll put a video essay
The
on?
hiss are everywhere. Most of the bureau.
I guess as a background white noise generator, I can't really
HRAs for any survivors in the
can't really look down my nose
I'm here to check
at
Darling's left rock.
content.
So to recap, death, disaster, and imminent destruction. Another day at the FBC. But Darling's lab is just past Blackrock processing. But I got good news and I got bad news on that front. Good news is, it's right down the hall. Bad news is, a hiss monster has decided to move in, so that's great.
Monster.
That's what the Rangers said. The ones that survived, anyway. But we are just treading water here, and the hiss keep coming. Salvador would know what to do, but apparently he took a security team into the containment sector just before the lockdown happened, and, well, no one's seen him since. But hey, at least we got you, our fearless leader.
They shouldn't rely on me. They don't know me.
You don't know
They
me.
don't know how I failed people.
That's my purse.
You've done a good job here, Arish, but you should take your people and get to the base in Executive. You can regroup there. I'll go deal with this monster. I'm getting kind of used to them.
Aye, aye, Faden. And be sure to put a bullet in that thing for me.
Yeah, Barf Step. No, I know that they did Magic the Gathering novels. I remember finding those in the and the racks at half-price
Ranger
books.
Squad Charlie 7 returned from an expedition into the quarry threshold just after 0500 Zulu.
Black Pyramid
Please
smokes.
state your names and describe the purpose of your expedition.
Kevin Horowitz, Rupert Well. Our mission was to map quarry grid coordinates G29.
Each taken a few hits.
Secondary
We need to
objective,
get them to a
as
surgical
always,
station
was to
ASAP,
find a
but I don't
route
think they're
from
stable
the
enough to
threshold
move.
entrance and maintenance to the formation.
We are moving out
Secondary
and
objective
not leaving
was
them
not a
behind.
success.
Now do what you need to
What
do.
a surprise. And did you encounter any previously unrecorded event or entity while inside the threshold?
No, nothing. Do you think we should tell him about the mermaid? Yeah, the mermaid. Horowitz here found this mermaid in the quarry, just sitting on some black rock. She was singing this beautiful song, and he was overcome with desire.
We'll push through this. The hiss are the ones doing the pushing, Doc.
I'd say she was more enchanting than alluring. Fine, enchanting.
We all agree she was enchanting.
No, because it didn't happen. Nothing happened. As usual, the quarry is full of rocks. That's it. Can we go now?
You guys, get out of here.
Hey, remember the deal. You kill a hiss, I buy a shot. Bottom shelf only.
$4 of liquor. Have you noticed the recent tension? Oh yeah. That executive spat between Trench and Darling. They stopped making the Magic the Gathering books. I feel at the same time like nothing of value was lost and something precious was lost. Who's gonna read all that meaningless, meandering lore now? How does Magic the Gathering update its lore then? Do you just have to read the flavor text on new cards?
Wasn't kidding about that monster. You showed me the HRA when I first got here, and the machine that makes them. Can you help me find a prism?
Gonna get that prism. Gotta get that prism. Oh man, the lights don't swing. Yeah, that's too much to ask.
Shit! They're shattered. Not a single prism left.
Wait, wait, hold on a minute. Part of what stopped the books from getting published was that Brian Sanderson offered to write a book for free on the condition they released it for free, and then they tried to go back on it and charge money for it. Awesome. Awesome. So they said yes, he wrote and released the book, and then they're like, actually, no, it costs money now. That feels a little too reductive, but also, I'm not surprised. Oh yeah, this fucker like warps in front of you. I think you're supposed to use shield. Like they're trying for the love of God to get you to use your shield. Yeah.
Let's hurry up and find Darwin's lab.
The marauders of control. Are you using the Cyberdeck keyboard? I tried, but unfortunately this game doesn't support controller and mouse input at the same time.
There are areas in the oldest house where under the right conditions, when the frequencies match, other dimensions leak in. We call these areas thresholds. The quarry is one of the more stable thresholds in the maintenance sector. That's where black rock comes from. Extra-dimensional matter. It has the unique property of blocking out a lot of frequencies. A good thing. It keeps things stable, contained. Think of it as paranatural lead. Our research involves many dangerous things we absolutely need to keep in check. That's what the Black Rock Line fire breaks are about. The panopticon container cells.
Sorry to interrupt, sir, but I need the code for the quarry elevator.
Oh, Emily. The codes. BlackRock 665.
Neighbor of the Beast.
Neighbor of the Beast. Get it?
Fucking Max Payne reference.
We can do that again if you...
Emily Pope gives no fucks. I need this elevator now.
There are areas in the oldest house where under the right conditions,
Yeah.
when the frequencies match, other dimensions leak in. We call these areas thresholds. The core is one of the more stable thresholds in
This
the...
should get us into the quarry.
That's where BlackRock comes from.
You heard that too, right? Black rock comes from a threshold, the quarry. So, the prisms must... Everything here is crazy. Weird, but it feels right. Like how the world should be.
Wish this game came out in college, or when I was taking philosophy in college and smoking a bunch of weed.
I never want to leave.
God, could you imagine?
Even with all the horror, I'm happy. It feels sane.
I just realized it's a small blessing that that folks in the discourse and in larger games media are not weed smoking college philosophy students. Because as aggravated as I get that a lot of the cool narrative overtones of Alan Wake went completely unappreciated, or even like things like Cyberpunk, the narrative strokes there seem to just go well over most game critics' heads. That's probably for the best. That's probably for the best. Because when it doesn't, when game critics actually clue in, or rather, when a Sony game tells game critics that it's art, and then they say things like the Schindler's List of gaming, I'm just like, oh. So it's actually kind of it's actually kind of for the best. That's actually a good thing. Wait, I'm here? Huh? Oh. I didn't expect to be here. Interesting. Yeah, Rick and Morty. Oh god, Rick and Morty syndrome. Yeah, when you only have a diet of the most broadly written, broadly enjoyed pop media, and then all of a sudden you try to like try to critique something that has one layer of narrative depth. I don't know. I'm a bit excited for Alan Wake because I think the average age of the game critic in the US has gone up, which is good. I think the average media diet of the game critic in the US has gotten better, slightly. I pray to God. Most of them have to have seen True Detective Season 1, right? Right? Probably. It's like getting your pop culture education through other pieces of pop culture rather than the media itself. Yeah, I mean, that was always a bit of my frustration with people that idolized Metal Gear Solid, is a lot of them did not even understand the collage of campy action films that it was pieced together from. Not that there's like a mandatory reading list for enjoying a video game, but if you're a critic, if you're electing yourself into a position of telling other people stuff, then you ought to have done that amount of homework, I think. Or at least appreciate those games in context of other things and not think that, like, Kojima's a genius that birthed Metal Gear Solid exactly from his own brain. Also, I'm really excited to play Metal Gear 2. Because I've seen other people play it, and most of the biggest beats from Solid are just in Metal Gear 2. They're just recreated, again. I wish game critics would study like movie critics do. Me too. Although that could cut the wrong way as well. You'd think it happens incidentally, right? That if you want to be a game reviewer, a game critic, or work in games media, that surely at that point you've been enough of a dork for games that you've played the essentials.
Gotta get down the old-fashioned way.
And even understand the context in which those essentials were created and came out. But also not really. I don't want to get too much on it because honestly, this is from another time at this point. But yeah, that man. I was so bummed when I finally started working in games media, just to be surrounded by people who were mostly good at networking. Like that's why they got where they were, instead of playing a shitload of video games and having something to say. Yeah, Zezanizzle, I'm lucky because I can only roll my eyes at the relative infancy of games media discourse and games criticism. But I can only imagine how insufferable it is for movie and film and even books. So this is when my mind actually goes back to maybe it's a blessing. In fact, it probably is. Spagu? Honestly, like you put it in quotes, but that was kind of my real reaction. These guys aren't nerds like me. I thought I was going to be surrounded by a bunch of just jankety-ass dorks. I think it's honestly, it's because I was at, like, media companies instead of gaming outlets like IGN. If I had worked for IGN or something like GameSpot, I probably would have been more dialed in, but my break was at Machinima, the broiest bro company that ever broed. There was, like, negative interest in discussing the, like, context and historical lead up to Skyrim or anything like that. It was just game rad. COD good. I mean, COD is pretty good. Ah. Nothing is more annoying than explaining why Bully is my favorite game, and people are like, that's not even the best Rockstar game. I don't give a fuck. I love Bully because it's what made me learn English and actually studying. Huh. Then it has a personal and significant context for you. Oh. I love Earthbound because it's the first time that I heard so many different genres of music all collected together. And I liked RPGs. I think the writing in Earthbound is really sharp and unique. You want to talk about games inspired by Twin Peaks, man, Earthbound. It's definitely like a kid-friendly version of Twin Peaks. You're in these like idyllic, picturesque RPG cities patterned after America or the West at least, maybe England, Eagle Land. But your kids and all the adults in the world are like nonsensical. They're all concerned with the most petty shit. They talk to you like you're an adult because they don't care. It's so interesting. People tell you anything because you're a kid and they don't give a shit what you think in Earthbound. And it really works. Not to mention the broader overtones of like music saving humankind from these inhuman, like the day the Earth stood still, 50s style chromed out spacemen who are very austere and alien and weird. And then it just goes off the rails at the end too. It goes pure cosmic horror at the end. So, and then like that childhood innocence prayer is what beats that. It's just like, it sounds so silly and corny because it kind of is. It's very Pollyanna, but that's also what makes it charming because it knows that and it's built for that instead of accidentally being that because it's trying to tell an earnest story. I don't know. I love it though. A lot of like design and craft around that game that didn't exist in other games at the time. This feels like it should be open. Shocked by how cool the music was. The story felt ahead of its time. It kind of was. I think the localization and specifically what gets me is the comedic timing of the dialogue. It's one of the first RPGs that I can remember that actually like timed out the text as it appeared on screen to mimic people talking faster or slower, or specifically like comedic pauses. Tons in Earthbound. So the tempo of your reading kind of matches the delivery of dialogue. So it didn't have VO, but it like conversations were paced, which was pretty cool. I think Mario RPG did some of that too. Need diamond blades to cut black rock. What do you think of Bully? Well, that's a trick. Since you said it's your favorite game, I actually didn't play it much. That was in the era where I was already kind of tired of the way that games were running on PlayStation 2. Because Grand Theft Auto didn't run very well.
Not what I expected.
Like 20 FPS kind of stuff. Bully was kind of the same. People had doo-doo eyes back then because they were only playing games on PS2, but I'd already been playing games on PC for like 6, 7, 8 years at that point, and I was like, why can't these games just be on PC, please? Like, Bully never got ported, so I just never played it. I waited for the PC ports of most of the GTA games. I bought it, and I remember having it on PS2. I played it for like I played it for one evening, you know? One evening I had off of work. I was like, it's alright, it's alright. Oh, it is on PC? Shit. Alright. I remember waiting for it. I don't know, though. I'll put it this way. If it were between, like, playing Bully or playing Red Dead 2 again, I'd play Red Dead 2. That game is a masterpiece. Oh, those are big fellas. Fuck you. Stupid orb. There. Yeah, I can grab these guys now. Hell yeah. Excited for the next Rockstar and Naughty Dog game, made only for next gen. Yeah, Rockstar. I mean, GTA 6 will be an event, regardless. And I suppose Naughty Dog's next game will too. Please, dear God, don't let it be The Last of Us. It will be, but I don't want it to be. I mean, Neil Druckmann left, so. Last of Us 2 Remaster Plus 4K edition, starring Dante from the Devil May Cry series. Oh. Okay, gotta power it up. This is the building-wide HRA. It's cool though. I'm a Last of Us well-wisher in that I don't wish it any particular harm. If people want to play and enjoy The Last of Us, and if Naughty Dog wants to make Last of Us for the rest of their existence, that's cool. Literally every other game I've ever wanted to be made has been made or is being made, so I got no complaints. That one doesn't have to be for me. Connect the Black Rock Prism from the excavated scene. Collect. Will GTA 6 be cross-gen? Probably. That's a good question.
The prisms they meet.
Probably not, but also it's hard to imagine Rockstar ever putting out a game
HRAs, then Dylan.
that would not be on every possible platform. The only, like, we are pretty far into this generation. The PS5 install base is pretty big. I think the odds are probably okay that it would be current gen only. If for no other reason than they plan to constantly re-release it for the next 15 years, so. Let's see. I wonder if I can get to that elevator up there. I don't think I can, but I'm gonna try. Rockstar, the kings of triple dipping. They are, but also they kind of earned it. The game is that good. GTA 5 is a $180 game. It's worth buying 3 times. It's rare, but it is. Do I guess I just leave. Yeah, it says speak with Marshall and executive. Yeah, GTA 5 was on PS3. I remember playing it briefly on Xbox. Well, no, I played it pretty significantly on Xbox. Yeah. Jesus Christ. The GTA Online load times on Xbox were a hell of a thing. Was GTA Online on 360? Or was it just on Xbox One? Damn, I can't remember. When was the last time you played the GTA 5 story? A couple years ago. It's really good, it just doesn't really finish. Also, Michael's storyline turns into Get Shorty like halfway through, and then it just ends. I don't know. I guess you get resolution with Trevor, sort of. But it does feel like they all kind of do a freeze frame high five at the end, and then they laugh, and then the game ends. Ha ha ha! It's non-committal, yeah. I mean, whatever. Like, I guess for as strong as the rest of the cinematic beats are in that game, you'd hope that it also has a strong cinematic finish, but the finish is you go play GTA Online for the rest of your life. Yeah. Sitting in a loading screen for hours. I have a unique relationship with GTA Online because I was producing content with it every week.
Hope wants us to compile all of Darling's data entries from the past month. She wants us to crack Darling's.
So boy did I spend a lot of time waiting at those loading screens, loading into matches and matchmaking and stuff.
He's hiding something. And I agree. The HRA's alone are proof Darling knew more than we let on.
Where is Marshall?
If hiss is a frequency,
Speak with Marshall.
vibrate molecules in order to alter human
Oh,
physiology.
right there.
Explain the hair loss.
Like right in front of me.
Had to take a detour into the quarry, but I found plenty. Here.
Got a mileage out of GTA videos? Because people were clicking on
We
them.
will start HRA production immediately.
It was our Minecraft.
I promised I'd tell you about Dylan once you helped us.
This is it. She knows. 17 years I've waited.
Your brother is here. He was once known as Prime Candidate 6, codename P6. We brought him here after the ordinary event. He was groomed to be the future director. He had talents far beyond any other candidate in the program.
Of course he did. We found you together. We share a bond. Are you with him now?
So you kidnapped him.
We took him in. Your parents vanished along with every other adult.
You know, did you enjoy making those videos? And was the chaos of other people coming in and killing you as frustrating as it seemed?
He wasn't.
It was never frustrating for me. I was willing to embrace it, but everyone else got, like,
Were you keeping me away?
other folks got really bent out of shape about it. They would get, like, really
in the containment sector.
catty and bitchy. It was weird. I'm like, this is on the internet. Fucking roll with it.
We were the same.
It's that's what makes it GTA. Roll with it. But every time they'd get killed, they'd be like, oh, this guy's hacking. That shit all got cut out, honestly.
I need to go check on something. Something I cannot let the hiss find.
I didn't understand why that meant that, like, the bits had to stop.
While I'm gone.
I think some people just really resented other people intruding, I guess.
It's dangerous. Do not let him out. Director Faden.
How do I make her stop calling me that? I'm not here for them. Nothing's...
Oh, yes, you are.
These people took my brother, but they've accepted me without question.
Some people just can't handle trolls.
my enemies?
Yeah, I guess, but like some people were just playing the damn game. Like there would just be random players that would just start attacking, and it would go right to like they're griefing us, they're trolling us, they're hacking. I'm just like, no, this is just a dude with a gun trying to shoot players. This is what you do here.
Just stay with me, okay? I could use a friend right now.
But then again, I guess I also spent a lot more time in GTA Online, so maybe I was like way more used to it. I mean, we could make private lobbies, but I didn't want to because I thought those beats could lead to good content. But
Collins, any word on survivors?
there'd just be a lot of complaints. Find Dylan in the Panopticon. Let's see if Emily's got anything to say.
Jesse, when you were down in research, did you run into a Dr. Rhea Underhill?
I didn't. Who is she?
She is a colleague of mine. A researcher studying a kind of extra-dimensional mold growing below research.
Well, I don't like the sound of that.
No one does. Look, I haven't heard from Rhea since the hiss arrived. Would you mind having a look around for her next time you're in research?
Of course.
Thanks, Jesse. Now, what's on your mind?
I visited the quarry. What's the plan for all that black rock?
The Bureau has used Blackrock almost exclusively for containment purposes. See, I say, branch out. Instead of boxes, helmets. Instead of blast shields, knives.
Knives?
Yes, knives. So many combat applications. Slicing, stabbing, gouging. Sorry. I've been trying to get Darling to explore combat applications for years. I got a little excited.
Wow. I did not expect that from her.
She just loves rock knives. What's wrong with that?
This place is looking good. Arish is making real progress around here.
Right? This place is a fortress. And with him taking care of operations here, I can spend more time analyzing the hiss. I've been attempting to isolate and neutralize the hiss resonance in blood samples, but no luck so far.
So you can't reverse it?
Not yet, but perhaps reversing it is too simple. See, if hiss resonance can rewrite human genetics, then perhaps it's a question of rewriting the hiss resonance. In theory, that could pave the way for custom human genetic alteration.
I wonder how often the phrase mad scientist is used around here. How is HRA production coming along?
Better than expected. We've already made enough to get people out of a couple safe rooms. And they're here, alive, thanks to you. And we never would have lasted this long if you hadn't walked in those doors.
You deserve thanks too, of course. We got this place up and running together, Emily.
That's right.
I should be going. Enjoy your data.
Oh, I will.
Yeah, I always thought it a bit odd that there was an expectation of civility from players in a game called Grand Theft Auto Online. Also, like, who plays Grand Theft Auto like that? That's the whole point, is now you're in a lobby with a bunch of other psychopaths.
Pope's grasping at straws.
Why? If hiss is a frequency, then why couldn't it vibrate molecules in order to...
All right, let's see.
Physiology?
I must go to the Panopticon.
The precision that would require is...
No hiss followed you in, right?
I don't know. Actually, hold on a second. That's not an object of control, so whatever. Or object of power. Containment. Doo. I still have Starlight stuck in my head.
Containment sector. Panopticon. Altered item. Maximum security prison. Dangerous.
Thanks, Trench. Thanks, buddy. Oh. Oh. While altered items and objects of power may seem similar at first, it's important to note some very key distinctions. Firstly, objects of power grant para-utilitarian abilities. Secondly, objects of power translocate anyone who makes physical contact to the astral plane. This is widely believed due to the BERT's affiliation with the objects of power. I guess that's the board. Not every individual is allowed in the astral plane, which indicates BERT evaluates who can or cannot enter. Thirdly, and this is not always the case, objects of power are much more paranaturally BERTs than altered items. Looking at the specific criteria that defines an object of power, it's no wonder they are notably rarer than altered items. In fact, we have BERT altered items for every object of power contained within the Bureau. Gotta go to work? Alright, Spagu. Hopefully you have a good day at work. May it end without issue. Ow! And hopefully you get a lot of tips, regardless of what your job is. If you're an OBGYN, I hope somebody leaves a healthy tip. Because you deserve it. Damn. Damn it! Got outplayed. 5D chest. Fully checkmated. Yeah, tricked by the old Kansas City shuffle. How come when I make them friendly, they just sit there and scream? Not helpful. Yep. I mean, I guess it's not great. It's not great being turned into a exploding zombie by a transdimensional frequency resonance. Yeah, I played a little bit of Pathfinder. Pretty good follow-up for people who want more Baldur's Gate 3. Damn it. always cool. Alright. Guess we go this way. To the Panopticon. I'm gonna guess it's gonna require me to do a fair number of other objectives before I get in there. I mean, that is where Dylan is, right? Pretty sure a ton of other stuff gets in the way. God damn it. Thanks, buddy. Wait, hold on a second. Let me see here. Someone tell me why I have dizzy spells sitting down. Tried washing down anxiety meds with energy drinks, but that didn't seem to help. Dizzy spells while sitting. That's not good. Sounds like it may be a realm for a doctor. I guess the basics. Have you had water? Have you had food? When's the last time you slept? But, you know, that's in turn it off and on again territory for advice. So you might be looking for something a little more fundamental. I forgot about the mold. Oh my. Wow, there's a lot of you. Oh dear. Bro, damn. Yeah. Can't breathe too deep here. Otherwise the spores will take over your brain. Finns are obsessed with mold? Yeah? I guess if you live in an area with a ton of snow and there's always water around, kind of be an ever-present thing.
P6 is is what the Bureau calls Dylan. His cell's been breached. Has the Hiss found him? Are you there with him? Can you protect him?
Oh, that was weird. Well, thank you, Dumbledore's dong. It's always been a goal of mine to inspire nerds, and to eventually be told that by somebody named Dumbledore's dong. You're making a lot of dreams come true today. It's getting a little creepy in here. For some reason, it smells like solder, which I guess means it's the smell of lead and flux. Yeah, it smells like someone's doing some electric work. Normally, that's a very bad smell to smell if you're around electronics, but I don't imagine my PC would still be running normally if it were literally melting. Let's give that a spin. Solder smells like syrup? Oh, I never thought that. It's intensely chemically for me, but I guess it does have a sweeter twinge to it. It's not unpleasant. Yeah, I thought Alan Wake 2 was going to be the game that melts my PC. Oh. Hello, Katharina. Yeah, the other doors that you've never been inside. Man.
It's been a long time since Dylan and I knew each other. I've wondered about him. What kind of man he'd grow up to be. Were things as hard for him as they were for me?
Repaired my laptop with vape juice, a bit on my hands, and it started smoking. I got it working enough to do my networking exam, but the next day, but I only had one USB port and the touchpad didn't work. If the magic smoke gets out, it's real bad. The magic computer smoke? Oh, Langston.
Oh, hello. Is there something I can help you with?
I'm Jessie, the new director. I need to get inside.
New director. Right. Well, okay. Hello, I'm Frederick Langston, the Panopticon supervisor. It's not the best time for a tour. We have hiss everywhere, numerous cell breaches, and system failures.
Yeah, Langston rules.
You're the director, so here we go. Founded by Zachariah Trench, the Panopticon is our state-of-the-art repository for all altered items.
I don't have time for this.
Power and...
I was told Dylan Faden was kept here. Can you help me find him?
Faden? Sure. Darling wanted him somewhere secure and isolated away from people. He's in the maximum security cells, upper level. But there's currently a pressing matter, ma'am. We've got an object
Always a pressing matter
in there. It's wrecking the place. The Benikoff TV, it's a real doozy. Salvador took a team in to handle it, but no one's heard from them for hours. This is a Category 5 OOP we're talking about, and if we don't contain it soon, it will tear the Panopticon apart. And we don't want all those altered items getting loose, ma'am. No, trust me.
Dylan's in there.
Open the door, Langston. I'll handle it.
If you say so. I usually tell first-timers not to touch anything, so, just do that. Here, I'll get the door for you. And please, ma'am, call me Fred.
Thanks, Langston.
She's not on the team yet. Just here for Dylan.
Cell breaches. I guess life's a breach, huh? Is the TV back in its box yet? No rush or anything. It's just, you know, an ongoing concern.
Oh, here we go. We get to chit-chat a little bit.
Do you like working at the FBC?
Sure. I mean, yeah, the drama's a bit much, but I get better benefits here than I would over at the Postal Service. I checked. Better healthcare. That's not to say I don't like my job, man. Been here over 15 years. No one knows the Panopticon collection better than me. I'm, close to them, in a way.
I can't tell if that's creepy or normal here.
How do you keep the altered items under control?
It depends on the item. Each one has different needs. Ritualistic touches go a long way. Singing to them.
Did he say
Flipping the
singing?
lights 3 times, that sort of thing. It's not superstition if it works.
He's right.
What's the difference between objects of power and altered items?
Think of them like storms. Objects of power are like tropical cyclones or hurricanes for the uneducated. They're big, rare, and scary. Of course, directors can just bind the OOP and become the eye of the storm. Altered items are more like weird thunderstorms. Some may rain frogs, some may rain corn, but they all rain something.
And how does the hiss factor into all that?
It's changing.
Corn.
Making them aggressive. Now they're all raining, I don't know, knives. Knife rain.
Nice metaphor.
We could have had corn, but now it's knives.
Did you work closely with Trench?
Oh, he spent most of his time with Darling and all them. The inner circle. Not that I care.
Trench certainly had his favorites.
He did stop in occasionally to scowl and smoke. Did you know the Bureau has a no smoking policy?
Scowl and smoke.
It does. Just not for Trench.
Oh, Ethan, thank you very
Put
much.
aside funding for the Panopticon.
So here's the thing. I didn't do that video. I was in it, but that video was written by Charlotte. And I agree. I was a huge fan of it too. Went into brutalism, the history of the architecture, and how it accurately reflects Control's themes. One of my favorites, absolutely.
How did you get this job?
Started as a junior agent because my uncle knew a guy. From there I got put on a desk until an accident left the containment sector severely understaffed. At which point I got bumped up to management. Put in a steady 8 hours a day for another 10 years and voila, supervisor.
I just picked up a gun.
Yeah, big ups for Cheeks.
Gun picked me.
I'll see you later, Langston.
I'll be here, like always.
They made me a supervisor at the plant today, babe.
The Panopticon. Dylan's close. But that object of power might wreck this place before I find him.
Is the gun the real mastermind? Maybe? The board? Could be the real mastermind? The gun seems like some kind of trans-dimensional deterministic thing. Like it's just a tool, it does what it does, and then other parties use that in their designs and machinations. Guns are objects of power, and that picking up a gun makes you important. Yes. Gives you the power of knife rain. Yeah, Lovecraftian Excalibur. Excellent way to describe it. Oh yeah. On the objects. Basket. Rotary fan. It's a knife hose? Yeah. It spawns knives. What is the board? Don't know. It is a, it's an entity in the astral plane that coordinates
Marshall made it sound like
and runs the Federal Bureau of Control.
How much of it was what the Bureau did to him?
There you go.
I don't think she's telling me everything.
They advise and guide the director to operate the Bureau in this reality. but their true nature is not really known. Is there a time knife? Fortunately not yet. Gotta play Quantum Break to get the time knife. Hopefully they can work time knife into the world of Alan Wake. That's where I was thinking about the other fake book was in Prey. It was like the Starbender Chronicles or whatever. I was trying to remember all the like bad novel series that are inside games that have great writing. Time Knife is legendary, but the frickin' Rex Starbender. Oh, this poor guy. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
What are you doing in there?
Oh, thank God. Look, someone has to watch this object at all times, or it deviates. My shift replacement never showed up. Can you help me?
Damn. I can't. I'm sorry. There's an emergency. I'll come back. I promise.
Okay. Okay, just don't forget. I can't stare at this thing much longer.
But what if I do it right now? After Dylan has been found. Alright, fridge guy. He'll be fine. He'll be okay. There's no reason to expect that anything bad will happen to him. Because I'm going to do something else first. Oh yeah, the TV.
That's the object of power. I need to cleanse it.
Night Springs. Oh hey, that's kind of like the iconography that's on the door in the Ocean View Hotel. Cool. This game has some Doom 3 sensibility. Like, it invented a lot of amazing lighting tech, and then there's entire sequences that are just around showing that off with style. Yeah, twisty tumble rooms. Getting to the real shit. I hope that the Alan Wake side of Alan Wake 2 has a ton of just utterly surrealistic landscapes to walk through and stuff. It seems like from some of the imagery that Alan Wake is maybe stuck in like an Alex Casey novel for part of it, where it's like all seedy and run down and rain slick and neon and smoke. I'm kind of hoping you get to go through like crazy surrealistic noir 30s sequences. Kind of reminds me of Moonside. Bring it back up Earthbound. There's a part in Earthbound where you go to like the shadow reflection of a city and it's all like black and neon. Ugh, I love this look. Reminds me of like blacklight posters or like velvet paintings. Yeah. Undertale kind of uses this a lot, but then again, Undertale is very referential of the Mother series. Let's see here. Some of the environments in Alan Wake 2, yeah, this kind of thing. And the specific color tones are like kind of wrong. Yeah. Yeah. I'm hoping I'm not reading too much into that, but maybe that's what it is. What the fuck is that wallpaper? What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? It's a normal wallpaper. Oh jeez. Oh, Christ, that hurt a lot. Almost got him. There we go. Stupid Salvador.
That thing was Salvador, the head of security. His team didn't stand a chance against the Hiss. No one here does. Okay, the TV.
Man. Hold on. That is such an odd and distinct smell. I'm gonna walk around a little bit outside. It smells like somebody's burning something they're not supposed to, like plastic or something. Yeah. So Haman Fodder, I do have neighbors that I think just burn trash every so often, because sometimes there's just a real acrid odor that wafts. And I've even seen out in the backyard, sometimes I'll see like smoke coming up. So I can, if I stand on like a rock, I can kind of see between a gap in the houses, and I've seen like flickers of flame and stuff. And it's happened enough that I think they do controlled burns of stuff. But yeah, it certainly smells like they're not just burning wood sometimes. So let me go look around a little. Let me take a little spin around the grounds. Take a little peep around campus, see what's going on. I'll be right back. Okay, I didn't find any bonfires of solder. Nobody's burning lead. But, oh, I can levitate now. Hell yeah. My theory is... How cool is this? Oh! Womp. My theory is that, I have some flowers in the kitchen. So it could just be like the weird kind of sweet smell of flowers? Mixing with outside smell? It's weird because it's pretty heavily concentrated just in this room, exactly where I'm sitting. So... And also, it's mostly dissipated, so I don't know what's going on there. Yep, real humdinger. It's comfort streamer like a comfort girl. Well, I guess you'll just have to watch and find out.
Okay, dealt with the TV. Now I can find Dylan.
Is there a way to kill those spheres? Not that I know of. Ah! Oh. Oh. Paper lantern. Oh, I'm finally getting altered items, huh? Huh. Oh yeah, somebody was curious about the service weapon. Let's see here. Oh yeah, look at this. It even references other legendary weapons. Somebody called it like Eldritch Excalibur. Object was discovered. Let's see here. Popular hypothesis that it had many forms throughout history. Mjolnir, Excalibur, Varunastra, all weapons that blurt of their wielders. If objects of power are the convergence of forces based on the collective subconscious, then this may be the original manifestation of that event. So the collective subconscious imbues a champion with a weapon, and its form is the reflection of the collective subconscious at the time. So of course, in our times, when we need a hero, we give them a gun. But it's actually many guns. It's all guns. It can become all guns. Guns. Lots of guns. Alrighty. Also this, I love how not only does this platform have a light on it, but it's also askew. And it's like open, it's like a bucket. It invites you to jump into it. Players just got hover, and they might have already forgotten that by the time they get out here. Oh yeah, the swan boat. I hope refrigerator guy's doing okay. Sorry, I gotta get up to 6. I think you run around to get up to 6. Anything phallic? Well, I guess guns are kind of phallic. In the visual language of films, guns are not nearly as phallic as like swords or clubs or pickaxes or any other kind of like intimately penetrating item. But yeah, there's certainly been some thoughts bandied around about how the instruments of conflict and destruction are often phallic. It's why final girls can never use a gun. They're not allowed. They have to grab the instrument of their oppressor. They have to grab the phallus and make it their weapon. Actually, damage after kill seems pretty nice. Sarah Connor disagreed. Well, sure. You have cited one of the more progressive examples. Ripley in Aliens also just fucking used guns and a giant mech suit to beat the shit out of another mom that she was fighting.
He's so close.
Yeah, Ready or Not was a shotgun. Ready or Not was great. I'm just saying, like, this is the standard. Just watched Halloween again last night. Well, to be accurate, I saw the last half of Halloween again last night. And you better believe that Jamie Lee Curtis is just running and tripping and falling all over the place and just getting harassed and stalked until Loomis barges in with a gun and solves this problem. Michael, no!
Jesse.
Bang. Solves it for good, and Michael never came back. Uses turlet. Television privileges were refused due to hostile behavior.
Are you there?
Deuce Downing.
Emily?
Thanks for the sub.
He's gone. Dylan isn't here. He might be nearby. Or maybe the hiss got to him. I don't know.
Jesse, listen. Dylan's here. With us. He just walked in. He says he is giving himself up. He's been affected by the hiss, but he is different than the others.
He's not like the other...
We must isolate him.
The other hiss-infected dudes.
We need to get back.
Way too jokerized.
I have to see my brother.
Okay, but now I can go save the refrigerator guy, right? Yes? Right? Ah, he's not like the other hiss. I'm dark and twisted. I'll freak your mind. Finding your way around it kind of bothered you? Yeah. It was meant to. I think they wanted exploring the oldest house to be an experience rather than just following a glowing trail to a big old triangle. Destiny does a lot of that too. Very intentional, like not telling you exactly where to go because they want you to be more in the scene, in the moment, in the game, and in the world and its rules. But that doesn't, yeah. The counter to that is that it's just annoying sometimes. I still feel really bad about the fridge guy. Surely I can... Okay. It doesn't say after... It doesn't say after Dylan anymore. So that's good. Wait, crap. 4th floor. Crap. Ugh. I went down too far. I can't remember where the elevator is. Oh, it's right there. Okay. But see, that's the thing. The map could tell me. Or I could just use my eyeballs and see where it is. Now, here's the problem. How do I use it? Oh, call button. once I figured out how to navigate the oldest house, and that sounds dumb, but like, there's a logic to it. It is a building, even if it's a mystical shifting one. But it's got a layout, and like in any given room, there's only so many exits and entrances, really. As long as you leave a room on the path towards what you want to get to. Oh, Jesus, this is slow. And then also just, yeah, looking in the world, learning to like look for signs, literal signs that tell you where to go. I kind of applaud any game that tries to get you out of the habit of just ticking down your list of objectives in the most efficient way possible. That's what some people like. You know, that's why they come to a game, is because they want to finish lists as fast as possible, and min-maxing is part of the thing. So sometimes that just directly contradicts. Like, they think that's the reason you play games, is to just finish tasks. So when there's a game like this that intentionally tries to make the act of finishing a task more of an experience than an efficient process. People also just don't like being lost. It's a sensation almost no one enjoys, of like not knowing where to go or not even having an idea. People are usually okay as long as they have a top of mind something to explore. Like, as long as they have like ideas to try. But when you're just staring at a brick wall and you can't think of anything, that's usually when people like really punch out.
You have to get me out of here. The door can only be opened by the Panopticon supervisor. That's Langston, if he's still around.
Langston. Yeah, I know him. I'll go ask him how to get you out.
Please hurry.
I could have done this before.
They can't.
Hey, calm down. Just focus. What's your name?
Focus. Right. My name's Philip, and I think I can hold on for a bit. It's just my eyes. My eyes hurt so much.
Just hang on, Philip.
Do I? Well, Castiel, you can just ask me if someone watched some old Funhouse videos and wants to show appreciation. Yeah, I don't mind that. You can say, I liked this all day. What's a little different, though, is just kind of dwelling on the past, I think. There's some people who do that. Or just want to... Ooh, Charge. I remember liking Charge. Pierce was really good. Let's go with Pierce. There's a difference between, like, stopping by for some reminiscing and then dwelling, I think. Oh. Hell yeah. I said I was gonna hurry to help this dude, and here I am. Here I am fiddling. The 90s were so cool. They were pretty cool. There were some good times in the 90s. Some good music in the 90s. Homer singing Alive by Pearl Jam, a classic. Starlight. 90s were peak Americana. It was the age where if you were like... If you were in, like, white suburbia, it really didn't get any better. The denim era, yeah. Grunge. Like, the trajectory of video games in the 90s was super intoxicating, though. For real, the 90s is probably the headiest decade in gaming in terms of technology. Business, probably other things, but yeah, to go from just like really rudimentary sprite-based games to full 3D with just like the beginning of 3D and lighting effects by the end of the 90s. Complete transformation of like it was multiple transformations of fundamental game design to operate in those new environments. I thought Langston was back in the security area. Guess not. Yeah, I don't know. It was odd. I feel like the looming potential of technology to we hadn't gotten like bit by technology yet. It all seems so fascinating and encouraging. The internet was this newfangled thing, cyberspace. Like, imagining a future in which technology adversely affected humankind was the realm of films. And living in it provides it a different texture.
There's someone named Philip up in a cell. He's watching a refrigerator.
Yeah, optimism. There was like a weird optimism, but also like a wistful whimsy in the 90s.
I forgot about fridge duty.
Movies like Hook.
Been there for over a day. I totally forgot.
Sad dad movies were pretty peak in the early 90s, I remember.
There's a lot.
But they were like sincere at least.
The Benikoff TV? Considering the number of things I'm juggling, ma'am, I think it's...
Listen, it's fine. We just need to get him out of there. He said you'd be able to open the cell door?
Yeah, I can unlock it on my terminal.
Yeah, technology was an accessory, but not a requirement.
Open. But Philip can't just leave. The fridge is behaving erratically. Ocular contact is the only thing that seems to placate it. If we don't have someone in there watching it 24/7, people will die.
I'll figure something out.
Ocular contact.
Being pretty good with altered items isn't standard bureau procedure.
Yeah. U.S. had a budget surplus.
Doesn't know us very well.
I'll see you later, Langston.
I'll be here, like always.
Pogs and Pokemon. Nirvana and slap bracelets. I feel like the issues facing culture were, well, there was some dumb shit too, though. I don't know. The moral panic about video game violence was kind of stupid. The thing that's easy to forget too, at least in American culture, is just how effusive white Christianity was. It seriously was considered the default culture still back then. And a lot of conversations are framed around that are just kind of creepy to think about now. So it's still that, but at least it's been called out. There's a label on it. It's identified as weird by an increasing group of people, I suppose. Yeah, weed was illegal. Strange to realize that some people had positive opinions of 90s pop or mainstream culture. Again, I think it's purely from the lens of being in American suburbia. I'm gonna open up some of these windows. Yeah, femboys were very hard to find. Anime, very niche. Had to go to a mall and like a media store and buy a shitty VHS with terrible dubbing that had 2 episodes on it for $35 90s. Ugh. Anime was like a hobby that took all your money. All of it. And you had to have decent amounts of disposable cash. Now you can just get a subscription to Crunchyroll or whatever. Hulu. And you straight up have access to more stuff than a human being can watch.
Jesse!
I'm back. I'm coming in.
Thank you. Oh, thank you, thank you.
I mean, that is one thing that the internet and its ubiquity has trivialized, is access to nearly any kind of media. I mean, sure, people will dig deep enough and find the like 1 or 2 examples where something disappears or is locked behind corporate IP ownership, but oh my gosh, that's one thing. Yeah, very easy to forget. Evangelion 3 to 4 episode DVDs. Oh no. Evangelion 2 episode VHS tapes. Yes. Imagine buying 13 motherfucking tapes just to watch one TV show.
Philip?
Fucking ADV. That dub was okay though. It was actually pretty good. Is there a way to watch the ADV dub of Evangelion? The 90s VHS version? Because that's the only version I want to watch. I want to watch that before I watch the new remakes. Now that'd be a trip. Oh, yeah. Borg Ninja, if you could find a torrent, and specifically one that also includes the previews, because that will send me down, like, that will send me into a time portal. Those tapes sell for so much. Fuck, I had a whole set. Actually, I think one of them was weird. I think one of them was a subtitle instead of a dub. So that always drove me a little insane. Yeah, the fridge might have just eaten Philip, by the way. Let's see here. According to reports, let's see here. Considering a private meal, a succulent private meal. Homemade sandwich cut diagonally and packed in a plastic container. Where a fridge had murdered his meal. Agent Filson began to kick the bureau-owned appliance as he expressed his frustration in a loud and profane manner. This behavior caused multiple staff members present to become alarmed. Security was alerted soon after. Filson complied with security's command to desist. Do not assault the fridge. Philip? Phil? It's got little drawings.
If I look away, it hurts me.
Yeah, the former. Fuck yeah. I forgot the former was in the fridge.
This sounds like the board, but I can't understand it. Fuck?
Aye. So many sparkles. Yeah, the 90s had Saturday morning cartoons. I feel like the massively packaged and soulless brands that were put in front of kids in the 90s were at least a little more socially conscious than they were in the 80s. Like, Transformers is nothing. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is, like, nothing. The Power Rangers, at least in the... Oh! I remember watching season 1 of Power Rangers, Mighty Morphin or whatever, and I was like, man, these Power Rangers are fucking dweebs. The intro says that they need teenagers with attitudes. But what do they do in their off time? They, like, go and do gymnastic cleanup in the park because picking up trash is cool. Like, these guys don't have attitudes. These are the dweebiest motherfuckers ever. I mean, it's wholesome, though. And I guess there was, like, there were moments in 80s cartoons where they'd tell you to, like, eat your vegetables and study in school or whatever, but it was a bit different. there was a little more soul to shows like Mighty Max and Batman the Animated Series. I think it's because like in the 80s it was this post-Reagan rush to market everything you could to kids because it wasn't really legal before that. So suddenly you could start like hyping up and selling plastic garbage to kids. I think once that happened enough and there was enough money in it, then suddenly they could start hiring like good artists to make decent shows around those marketing vehicles. Interesting to think about. Attitude meant not wanting to clean your room because you were too busy praying. Ooh. Someone's getting a little sassy. My mom, for some reason, had the entire collection of the TMNT cartoon trading cards. Interesting. I can't believe I'm saying this again, but Skull and Bones is delayed again. Great headline by PC Gamer.
Jesse?
Jesse!
The fridge is doing something!
No.
Philip?
Philip?
If I look away, it hurts me.
So if I reload the game, Philip will be alive. And really, as long as I don't come here.
Bored, but I can't understand it.
Fuck?
Oh, you can grab the orbs. Whoa! That's gonna make this way faster. Ugh. Oh! What? Ah, shit. I didn't know he could knock holes in the floor. Okay. Here we go again. I wonder if there's a faster way to get up there. Yeah. Apparently the floor holes are just a real issue. Just a real pill. I love all those emotes of somebody just laid out on the floor. Thump. Happens a lot in gaming, doesn't it? Exactly. Maybe I need to hire an artist to draw my little Spoderman. Give him a little, like, sock monkey body with a big old nubbin head. And I can do a dead on the ground stuff. So good.
Hello? Jesse? The fridge is doing something!
Philip? Philip?
Buddy.
If I look away, it hurts me.
How much of a gamer game is this, though? Fighting a boss on a platform that he bashes out the floor, and you fall through the floor and die. That's some Mario World shit. There's a lot of stuff in this game that's gamery as hell, and I love it. Damn it. Ah, shit. Ah. Dude. How the heck do you not die to this shit? Ah! Damn it! I was trying to make my way to health. But he didn't flip around. He didn't flip his eyeball around. He just kept stabbing me. I guess... dodging didn't seem to protect me. Maybe the timing was off, but... I'm only going to try this one more time. He'll spam swats when his health is low. Okay, so you just have to wait. Shield didn't seem to protect me from all of the damage of getting crunched either. Yeah. Somebody mentioned it before as a real Dark Souls 2 kind of boss run. Fought this guy several times and gave up. He's cheap. Yeah, he's pretty cheap. He's a video game boss. You also don't have to fight him, but yeah. Try launching random junk at him? Oh, you can hurt him when his eyeball isn't flipped? You have to dodge later than you think? Okay. Do you have invincibility for this dodge? I assumed you didn't have iframes in this game on the dodge, but maybe you do.
The French is doing something!
Philip? If I look away, it hurts me.
Later. Later.
This sounds like the board, but I can't understand it. Fuck?
Aww. Ah, that wasn't good. Dang it. Is there any health over here still? No. Oh. Shit. Fuck! There we go. Ah! Okay. Okay. Alright. Well, the little orbs he spits out do a lot of damage to him, even when his eyeball isn't flipped around, so... That's good to know. I mean, that counted as a win, I think. I only lost on a technicality. Also because I panicked and didn't hit the right buttons right at the end. And I fell in a hole. Again, fell in a hole. Yeah, it was a draw. Did not count as a loss. Now the floor is tough because you can't see it at the same time as you're shooting the boss. So you have to look back and forth, or at least keep a kind of mental track of where the holes are. guess you're right. There is a place of, or there's a fast travel point right next to the fridge. Yeah, it's like right there. But no, I think it locks you in here. Oh, he's already dead. That's...
The fridge seems fixed.
Oh!
Fighting that thing off change something?
I did win. It did count. And I told you. I told you. Oh, I'm already there. Shit.
The sudden stop hits theaters tonight.
Oh, that's the Alex Casey. Yeah.
Alex Casey movie for this.
Well, there's the first explicit connection to Alan Wake.
How'd it go? Where's Philip?
Philip's gone. Something happened before I could get him out.
Something.
Poor Philip.
Alas, poor Philip.
Fridge duty. But if
That
you're
stare.
here, then who's watching the fridge?
The fridge is fine now. I took care of it.
You don't just take care of altered items. What did you do?
I touched it and wound up in the astral plane. This thing was in there. It was huge, had one big eye. Wasn't friendly.
We've been getting reports from the astronauts lately about something fitting that description. The astral plane is usually connected to our world through objects of power, not altered items. If this thing is linking itself to altered items, then it's clearly powerful. This may happen again.
Do you think that thing is what got Philip?
Must have been. The Panopticon is a dangerous place. The agents all know the risks. But, since you're some sort of altered item whisperer, I've got a list of others for you to corral. The Hiss are causing containment breaches left, right, and center. Here, start with these. I'll see if there are any others missing while you're gone. My life just got a whole lot easier.
His pupils are mega dilated, huh?
I'll see you later, Langston.
I'll be here, like always.
Okay. I'll go talk to you. That's awesome. Go talk to Emery. Yeah, he's been hitting that hiss. Been vaping hiss. I wonder about that. If I were in an apocalyptic event, would I just embrace mortality and get mega drunk and just do mad drugs until the lights go out? Or would I like fight to survive? Would I try to stay? It's more like, even if I were, like, let's say there's a zombie outbreak, right? And I have a place that I think is safe, and I happen to have a bottle of whiskey and it's been a long day. Would I drink the whiskey, or would it be like, no, I have to be like 100% all the time ready to survive? I don't know. I honestly don't know. Cry in a corner option? I'd probably end up drinking. You know, I'd be like, whatever, fuck it. What's going to be the quality of my life left anyway if I get grabbed because I'm drunk, as opposed to staying crazy sober? And yeah, why live in a harder world without them? But then, yeah, what if I'm hungover the next day and I can't run from zombies and they get me? That's a good point, Stealth Soft. Are there other people around who depend on you? Yeah, if Steph were around, I'd want to stay clear for her. I'd Zom 100 and play video games until the power's out. Just invite the zombies in, play video games until you go zombo. I love environments where the characters inside of them are trying to curiously inquire about the unknown elements. Final Fantasy XIV is weirdly really good at this. Every time there's a new magical thing that a wizard does in that game, there's characters that approach it with like a scientific curiosity and try to figure out the nature of it. And that way the characters are kind of along the same path as you, the player or viewer.
It's happening. After all these years, Dylan is here. But am I too late?
How is he? I need to know.
He's clearly been affected by the hiss, but it's different than any other manifestation we've recorded. Maybe what makes you so special is genetic. He was a prime candidate. Or maybe it's Polaris protecting him, something else affecting the situation. I need to run tests.
Doesn't he have his own Polaris? I think I just made that up.
More present.
I want to see him.
My brother. Or is he?
Of course. Now, Marshall set up an HRA-warded cage to contain him. It's on the upper floor, up the stairs.
Okay, I need to go.
Jesse, be careful.
Oh my god, did she have to write everything in her made-up gibberish code? Fucking Marshall with her CIA spy shit, god.
I found this token. Any idea what it does?
Ah, that is a jukebox token. Little bastards turn up.
No, Yondo, Polaris isn't an altered item. Polaris is a consciousness. Like some kind of transdimensional being that is benevolent and has been guiding
Good songs?
Jesse.
Nope, just the one record. Hey, be careful turning it on, though. When it's playing, you get a free trip to the formation.
The formation? That sounds ominous.
Why does it send you there?
The Bureau has been wondering that for years. I mean, it's just a pile of rocks built by God knows who, but... Well, researchers have confirmed it's in the same threshold as the quarry. No one's ever been able to map a physical route to the formation from maintenance.
So it's in the quarry. You just don't know where.
Pretty much. We only send in annual expeditions to the formation now. Checkups, Salvador calls them. This year's team went in the day the hiss arrived. Come to think of it, the song should have brought back hours ago.
I can go in and take a look.
I'd appreciate
Oh, that's not good.
The jukebox is kept just past the security booth over
I like how everything's gone so insane that they routinely forget about entire groups of people that were doing mundane things when when the lockdown happened.
What's the deal with BlackRock?
Oh, fuck. Don't get me started on BlackRock. You know, ever since research found out that it blocks paranatural stuff, they have just been parading dangerous materials in and out of the fucking quarry. Fucking lab coats, man. Love making my job harder.
Sounds like there's some tension between departments.
Still, at least the quarry's got a good view of the night sky. You know, me and Salvador used to have after-work beers down there.
What do you know about Dr. Darling?
About as much as anybody, I guess. Head of research, loves to hear himself talk. All of those science types absolutely do.
I don't think the jukebox thing was DLC. I think it was just post-launch. It was like a post-launch challenge mode they added. I could be wrong, though.
Everyone thinks finding Darling will lead us to the answers. But if he's completely lost it, then what help could he be?
You're security, right? Do you work with Rangers?
Not often. Rangers are specially trained in threshold reconnaissance and ground zero AWE response. Security is more interested in the dangers inside the Bureau.
They must see some weird stuff out there.
Oh yeah, definitely. You know, every week they are tackling things that were previously unknown to the human experience. Most Rangers, they retire due to cognitive collapse. I looked up the medical definition. Not fun.
I could go for a little cognitive collapse. Actually, I think I could go for a little snack. I'm going to grab an apple real quick. Some ads are running, so this is a good time. I'll be right back. Okay. All right. Playing Kenshi, that game goes from comfy growing veg and pumping well water to half. Your dudes are now missing limbs and the other half are starving and you have no home. I need to play Kenshi badly. Stealth Soft. It's been recommended to me specifically many times.
How does the Bureau handle...
Look at this monster apple, though.
Handle might be a bit of an optimistic way to put it. Marshall sends her rangers in to map them.
It's got some
take
dings
rates,
and dents,
take
but it's
epicenters,
alright.
take samples, measure stuff, basically.
Sounds like he's done his homework.
Now down to maintenance
It's a little mealy.
just like
Meh.
any other tool. The lab coats mine black rock from one, maintenance siphons water from another. We use it for pretty much everything, except drinking.
Why don't you drink it?
Do I even want to know?
Yeah, a lot of time we find these little chunks in it. It's